Is Nurse Anna here?
Right there. She's right there. Anna.
Nurse Anna.
Anna.
Anna. Nurse Anna. Okay. Yep.
She's over here. Come on,
Right
Anna.
there.
So, Nurse Anna has been at almost every rally that I can remember going to. And you know what she proudly carries? Every single rally, and stood there for hours. The American flag. She has been with us every step of the way. And she is a soldier in our war. And she's not too bad looking either. But let's give a big round of applause for Nurse Anna, please.
Thank you guys for showing up today and standing up for freedom. This is huge. My name is Nurse Anna. I also go by No Jab Nurse, and I am censored on TikTok, but not here, and that's why we show up, right? The media can't censor this when we show up in person, but notice how there's no news stations here. Many of you have heard my story, many of you have not. I see that there was a lot of 3M workers here, so thank you for coming out. It's not just about the medical workers anymore, so everyone and the kids. It's going to everyone, little by little. The government keeps pushing, just 14 days, just a mask, just a shot. It'll never end unless we stand up to it. So throughout COVID, I worked 2 jobs throughout the pandemic. I was a charge nurse at the hospital and a director of nursing and long-term care, so I got to see both sides. The first thing that really opened up my eyes, especially with how the media was portraying all these COVID cases coming out. I had an employee that I was in charge of, and I had to report any COVID case to the state of Minnesota. So when this individual got COVID, I reported it. The site I was in was so big, it was considered 2 separate entities. So the other side of the building also had to report that same individual. The same person also had a second job to help support his family. That other facility also had to report that same individual, so that's 3 cases for 1 person. And that just shows how skewed the media is making things look. Now they introduce these shots. They call them vaccines, as you guys were talking earlier. They're not vaccines, they changed that definition. We were one of the first sites to introduce these COVID shot clinics. So an outsourced pharmacy came to our site 3 times, once a month, to administer these shots. And one of my jobs there too was to monitor people after getting it. On the first day we had it, everyone seemed to do fine, but one of the individuals came up to me at the very end of the day and was like, you know, it was great, I filled out my survey, but as she's standing there talking to me, she's like, I'm feeling really dizzy. And so I had her sit down, we took some vitals, and then she's like, the lights in here are so bright, like I can't see, I can't get my eyes open. And then she ended up laying down on the floor and had to get medical attention, and I don't know the end of that story, but that was right before a shift she was supposed to work. Another big one was a personal friend of mine, Eric, a 19-year-old healthy boy, no medical issues, no medications, got the Pfizer shot. He lost his sight and hearing for 5 minutes right after getting that shot. And that's not the informed consent you're getting. And that's why I'm standing up today to tell you what is actually happening that's not being reported. Because there is no informed consent at this point. At the same time too, I noticed in the long-term care facility there's an uptick of deaths after these vaccination clinics, shot clinics happen. I realized that we had 7 deaths that were within 2 weeks of receiving a shot. But funny enough, you look on the CDC website, they say if you get a shot and you have an adverse reaction or death up to 14 days after, you're still considered unvaccinated. So if you haven't seen that, it just shows that it's not right numbers. You can't trust it. So I'm just thankful that you're all here today, sharing my story here, and I'm standing up for medical workers that are too scared to at this point, that are being coerced and losing their jobs. I'm also here for everyone else and their jobs and the kids coming up too. So please keep showing up, standing up, and fighting for freedom. Thank you and God bless.